Arvoisa Suomen Lions-liiton puheenjohtaja, rakas leijonaperhe. Minulla on tänään ilo esitellä juhlapuhuja. Seuraavan kauden kansainvälinen presidenttimme, tohtori Patti Hill. On selvää, että päästäkseen johtamaan 1,4 miljoonan kansainvälistä järjestöä, ansioluettelo on mittava. En käy sitä tässä toistamaan, koska osa siitä näkyy tässä käsiohjelmassa. Kerron vain pari asiaa, jotka olen oppinut hänestä tuntemaan. Voin kertoa teille, hyvät leijonat, että saamme erinomaisen johtajan. Johtajan, joka tarttuu rohkeasti mahdollisuuksiin hyvän asian puolesta. Johtajan, joka innostaa ja kannustaa, joka on huumorintajuinen, helposti lähestyttävä, sydämellinen ihminen. Jokainen johtajakin tarvitsee tukea ja kannustusta. Tohtori Pattin tärkein tuki on puoliso Greg Holmes. Dear Greg, stand up to be recognized. Thank you. Now, dear Dr. Patti, the floor is yours. Please.
Kiitos. Hyvää huomenta. Good morning. Lions, Leos, and friends, first, let me thank you for your kind invitation to be here with you at your national convention in Espoo. I would especially like to thank our council chairperson, Heikki, and international director, Pirkko, for their dedicated support and attention to details. They have always kept Lion Greg and me apprised of the plans for this multiple district visit. Greg and I have appreciated receiving these emails and messages. Thank you. Now, to the entire Council of Governors and Multiple District 107 leaders, thank you for your warm hospitality. We've been anticipating this visit to learn about your Lions and Leos and your service here in Finland. I also want to thank you for your leadership to the Lions of Finland this year. Your districts and your clubs look to you as the council and the district leaders for inspiration, for leadership, and for mentorship. As leaders, you have clearly demonstrated your commitment to the priorities set by our international president, Brian Sheehan, this past year. And these priorities have been: priority number 1, to share the joy of being a Lion. And I have witnessed you sharing that joy and fellowship this weekend. In fact, many of you enjoyed it a lot last night. Priority number 2, to think outside the box and to be innovative. And I know that you have embraced it. Priority number 3, to support our foundation. And just recently, our foundation has been supporting you in your efforts to embrace displaced persons from Ukraine especially. And priority number 4, our President Brian asked us to advocate for Lions, to ensure that our communities know of the benefits to having a Lions Club in every village, town, and city, and in fact, in every neighborhood. Each of these priorities you have addressed, and I would expect nothing less. Why? Because the Lions of Finland are considered leaders, innovators, and compassionate humanitarians. Now, having had this time together to meet with you and to discuss your Lions service, I can now bear witness that indeed the Lions and Leos of Finland are world leaders. You are champions in service. I also know that no one can be a champion without commitment, hard work, dedication, and a willingness to invest the time and the effort necessary to be a champion. Of course, as Lions and Leos, we focus time and effort on three critical aspects of our impact in our communities. And our global strategy for fulfilling our vision to be the global leaders in community and humanitarian service requires us to consider how we will achieve our mission. How will we empower Lions Club's volunteers and partners to improve health and well-being, strengthen communities, and support those in need through humanitarian services and grants that impact lives globally and encourage peace and international understanding. So put into action, we must ask ourselves three questions. Question number one, how will we strengthen the association and the foundation so that we're always ready to serve? Question number two, how do we build? How do we build upon our models of growth so that we can meet the growing needs in our communities and our world? And question number three, how do we align? We align our goals, our governance, and our organizational support to achieve these ambitious goals. So we work every day to strengthen our association and foundation through the partnerships that we build and the member benefits that we offer. Of course, every one of us, one of our primary benefits after the fellowship is leadership development. Our global partners recognize us as the association able to deliver service. So when Global Hope wants to improve childhood cancer outcomes in Africa, they partner with our volunteers and Lions Clubs in Africa. And when ESPN wants to address bullying and youth isolation, they partner with Lions Quest in the southern USA. Within our strategic plan, we strive every day to build new models for growth so that occasional or episodic volunteers or those who want to be a part of a specialty club can serve as Lions. Currently, our growth around the world is achieving great success when specialty clubs are empowered to do the service that their members most desire. We also have focused on alignment And this is the alignment of our Lions Club and our Lions Club's International Foundation, so that the two function in support of each other. The promotional and marketing departments of each are aligned, as is our shared mission statement. So, as a model, what can these strategic plans do for you? It might be the inspiration for your club to discuss how do we strengthen, build, and align our club's service, leadership, and membership. As I reflected on the service that you've been providing in your many, many communities, I have no doubts that you constantly demonstrate your dedication and commitment to meeting the needs of your communities. But can you strengthen your service impact, your readiness, your preparedness to respond? Can you build on your current record and do even more? If there were an Olympic event for clubs, such as Lions clubs, I think you would rate a score of 9 or 10 out of 10 for your outstanding service. I applaud you. I'm not sure how you feel when you watch Olympic athletes or other world-class performers, but I feel inspired. I feel inspired when I witness your service. And I suspect that your neighbors and friends who also witness your service activities also feel inspired. Never forget that you are truly world-class service leaders and humanitarians. Not everyone who sees a family struggling will help collect household or food items, but you do. Not everyone gives their time to help at the children's snow days, to create fun and safe event, but you do. And not everyone who sees the need for children's safe shelter helps to provide one, but you do. And not everyone supports music and concerts and the arts, but you do. You make a difference. You inspire. So right now, today, we live in a world that needs inspiration. And here you are. You truly are inspiring. Each of you, Lions or Leos, in a position of leadership is also a role model for the other members in our clubs and our communities. You show what can be achieved when some are willing to take the lead. You make it possible for others to show up and volunteer and serve under your leadership. Your leadership inspires others to step forward, to participate in leadership development, and to take on new and challenging roles with your support as their mentors. If there were an Olympic event for clubs, such as Lions and Leos, I think that you would rate a score of 9.5 or 10 out of 10 for your outstanding leadership. Congratulations. Personally, I can attest that LCI and LCIF are always happy to have leaders from Finland on our LCI board or our LCIF board of trustees as we strive to provide the best leadership in the world. And now, if there were a membership Olympic event for Lions and Leos, how would you rate yourselves? I hear 10. I hear 10. How would you rate your clubs? 11. Okay. How would you rate your districts? Of course, you're all perfect. How do you rate yourself on the scale of 1 to 10? I know that your service is inspiring, but are you inviting others from your professional groups or your social groups, your hobby groups, from your neighborhoods to join? How many new members have joined after visiting your mini golf course? Have they joined after seeing you collecting food at the supermarket? Did they join when they realized you were protecting our environment? When they saw you walking to raise funds for dog guides for the blind? Our clubs remain wonderful humanitarian and social group, which others join by invitation. Are you extending the invitation to come and to have fun, to make a difference, to help create a better community? Or are you hoarding all of that fun and keeping it for yourselves? This is the question. Why am I focusing on membership and invitations just now? Because the needs in our communities keep growing. More hunger among children and families. More need for youth to be engaged in positive activities, and more disasters such as wildfires and flooding to which we must respond. And when there are more needs, we need more volunteers. Where there are more volunteers, then our communities will be much better served. Service sustainability is the reason. It's really that simple. We have the power to change lives of people in need, of families facing challenges, and communities facing recovery from disasters. We have the power to change the world, one life, one community at a time. But we need the volunteers to help us sustain our service impact. How many of you enjoy being a lion? Please raise your hand. Excellent. If you enjoy being a lion, please share the joy, because you have the power to do that. How many of you are proud of the service your club provides? Please raise your hand. Yes. If you are proud of your Lions Club service, please invite others to help, because you have the power to do that. And if you want to be the global leaders in community and humanitarian service, then create that level of kindness and goodness and impact, because you have the power to do that. I see you. I see your service, and I see your impact. And I believe in you. I believe in our association. And I believe that we are and will continue to be the Lions and the Leos who are changing the world, one life, one community at a time, and in a world that needs hope and inspiration. Thank you for being the Lions and the Leos who keep me and the people of Finland hopeful and inspired. Thank you.